Following the Desmond Bane trade, the trade market appears to be fully reset, and there might be a few teams trying to take advantage of it already. One of them being the Charlotte Hornets, a team they tried to trade with and nearly made a trade with back at the trade deadline, that of course being for Mark Williams, and well, the Hornets might be trying to trade him again, unsurprisingly at that. According to Evan Sidery of Forbes, the Hornets, a team in asset collection mode, are open to trading Mark Williams if they receive a similar offer from their voided trade with the LA Lakers, which, if you don't remember, was the trade package of Dalton Connect, Cam Reddish, who they later waived, a 2031 first-round draft pick, 2 future first-round draft pick swaps, and a pretty hefty trade package for a guy that dealt with many injury issues up until that point, and apparently failed their physical examination of him after that trade. And well, with that in mind here, should the Lakers even think about circling back on a trade for him? Why are the Hornets even trying to trade him again, if we don't know the answer to that already, which I think we might? And what does the reset trade market say about this trade, the trade package, and simply about the Lakers trade market for centers during the offseason? We'll talk about that and try to break it all down here. But before we get too far into it, let's go over our Game 5 picks with Underdog Fantasy. And if you're a new signup, you can pick Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to have higher than 0.5 points later tonight. So yeah, take advantage of that free pick. But then for my picks, for pick number 1, I got Pascal Siakam having higher than 16.5 points with a discounted pick, dropping that down from 19.5 down to 16.5. Then for my second pick, I got Tyrese Haliburton having higher than 14.5 points, also with a discounted pick, dropping that down from 17.5 down to 14.5. Then for my third and final pick, I got Chet Holmgren having higher than 12.5 points, and once again, with a discounted pick, dropping that down from 15.5 down to 12.5. So if you want to follow along with me, or make your own picks, then be sure to check out Underdog Fantasy, and don't forget to use code JSM to get your free pick, plus up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make a deposit. But now getting back to our topic, and talking about Mark Williams here and why the Hornets want to trade him again, I think it's a combination. Obviously we can point to the injury issues and injury concern with him. Not only did he fail the physical examination from the Lakers, and that's why they rescinded the trade, but about his injury history up until this point, has only hit the 44 game mark once, that being last season, has never played above that amount, and that's obviously a big concern. I mean, in 3 years so far, he's only played 106 total games, and that's absolutely terrible. Not even hitting the 50 game mark, and with the combination of lower body injuries, upper body injuries, everything from knee issues, ankle issues, shoulder issues, there's quite a combination for him already. And well, that definitely is part of it. I can't imagine they believe too heavily in his ability to stay healthy, not to be a 70 game plus per year kind of player eventually. He hasn't shown it, so it's kind of hard to believe that he eventually will in any time in the short term future. So that probably is concern number 1 with it, and why they might be trying to gauge the trade market for him once again. But even apart from that, and likely even a bigger part of it, is with him entering the final year of his rookie contract. AKA, he is looking for a long-term rookie scale extension, which at the maximum could be up to 35 to 40 million per season. Obviously he couldn't get that and probably won't even ask for it, but I wouldn't be shocked to see him ask for roughly 15 to 20 million per year, and his agent definitely will try and get it for him. But by simply pointing to the numbers here, there definitely is intrigue with him, can't deny that. Coming off a career high 15.3 points per game, 10.2 rebounds per game, 2.5 assists per game, 1.2 blocks per game, shooting 60.4% for the field, not being a 3-point shooter, but definitely showing some all-around efficiency, great rebounding ability, and some improved scoring ability around the rim too. But is that enough to give him a new contract and a new long-term contract, simply based off some minor production improvement, some good potential, albeit not very reliable, given his injury history? I'm not sure it does. And in regard to a trade package like Dalton Connect, a first round draft pick, and a future first round draft pick swap, which again is what they gave up for him, or at one time tried to give up for him, I don't think that would be worth it. I really wasn't in full agreement of it back then. With their desperate need for a center and trying to compete immediately, I was okay with it, but after thinking more about it, I'm not sure I would give up that trade package again, even if I could go back in time. In fact, I can guarantee you that I would not, especially knowing the contract and what he might be looking for here. The fact that he couldn't stay healthy after the trade deadline. In the 34 games following the trade deadline, Mark Williams played in only 21. And while that is over half of them, that's still not a good amount. Missing 13 games after a team declined to trade for you due to injury concerns is not exactly dispelling them and proving them wrong, in my opinion. If he wanted to do that, he would have played at least 30, maybe 25 at the bare minimum, but only playing 21 of 34 possible games after a team declined to trade for you from injury issues is not exactly a good look. And yes, the team might have held him out in a few games, I guess you can factor that in, but still, him not playing more than 21 games, him never having played more than 44 games in one season, is not a good look for him and definitely not a good outlook for any team that tries or thinks about trading for him, especially for a trade package like that. But then again, the center market definitely is not good. Neither the free agent center market or the trade center market. Not a very good outlook for center needy teams this summer, which they definitely are trying to take advantage of. I mean, talking about the free agent market, we're looking at guys like Miles Turner, who likely is going to return back to Indiana. I mean, they're playing in the NBA Finals right now and do appear to have mutual agreement on a new contract with him for the right price. So I imagine he will be back with their team. And after him, then we're talking about guys like Brook Lopez, Clint Capella, at one time Steven Adams, but he already got extended. Then maybe guys like Al Horford, Kevon Looney. Nobody really at that top tier level and nobody even at the level of Mark Williams. So again, they're definitely trying to take advantage of that, trying to take advantage of the center market being dry, trying to take advantage of the reset trade market, again from the Desmond Bane trade to the Orlando Magic, which I don't entirely blame them for. I mean, following that trade, if I'm trying to fire sale my team and trade a majority of assets from my team for draft compensation, I'm definitely gauging the trade market too. If Desmond Bane can get you 4 draft picks, albeit 3 that might not be that great, but still 4 first round draft picks, I'm definitely going to try to gauge the trade market too. Whether it's for Mark Williams, whether it's for a different center, or even a young player that could definitely get you 1 to 2 first round draft picks, maybe even more for a desperate team, then yeah, I definitely would too. So I don't really blame them for that. And overall here, talking about Mark Williams and what the Hornets are trying to do here, or maybe trying to do if this report is actually true, they're trying to gauge the trade market and trying to take advantage of it following the Desmond Bane trade, likely not trying to pay Mark Williams and would much rather prefer to trade him, get a first round draft pick or 2 for him, rather than pay him a contract that might be anywhere from 15 to 20, all the way to 20 to 25 million per season. So I don't blame them for that either. And then talking about a team like the Lakers and if they should circle back on it, I personally wouldn't, and the best trade package I would offer probably would not even include Dalton Knecht. Maybe something like an expiring contract. I guess you could give up their 2031 first round draft pick if you want to take the risk and if you're that desperate for a center and don't believe that they should go a different route for a guy like Nick Claxton or some other center on the open market, then I guess you could make that argument. But in my opinion, not their best option, definitely not the most likely option, and a trade negotiation that definitely would be pretty awkward if they went in that direction. So definitely not very likely in my opinion. And well, with all of that being said, what do you guys think? How do you feel about Mark Williams reportedly being back on the trade market? And do you think the Lakers should even think about circling back on it? Or simply ignore it and not even go back in that direction? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But I think that'll pretty much do it for this one. And if you enjoyed the video, then I would greatly appreciate it if you dropped a like, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and hit that notification bell to never miss out when I upload a video. But as always, thank you for watching and have a great day or night.